An October crash is right around the corner. Is it? Should you be worried? What can we do about it? Well, I know this news is disheartening for an economy which is already in turmoil. Nevertheless, there is going to be a major crash, says Robert. Robert Kiyosaki, the famous American businessman and a best-selling financial author, has some serious warning messages for the general public. Last week, the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has cautioned that the US might default on its debt if the Congress does not raise the debt limit by October 18th. A default can happen and it will cause a financial crisis. And Robert says this might lead to a big crash in October, that is this current month. While we decode his recent interview on this topic, we will also be discussing the possible tactics that he told to get through with this crash. Now before moving ahead, press the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so that you don't miss out any of the financial updates in the market. The American debt has been the topic of discussion for a while now. The national debt that the government owes to treasury security holders has been increasing alarmingly. The treasury issues debt instruments to the public for the sole purpose of financing the government spending. This is an alternative to taxation. So the debt money is used to meet the government's existing legal obligations, social security funding, Medicare, etc. And this debt has increased to an extent where the situation demands the limit of debt or the ceiling to be increased. So by October 18th, if the debt ceiling is not increased, a market crash is going to be inevitable. In his interview about the ongoing debt crisis, Robert Kiyosaki said that the crash has already been triggered and the market is going to sink deeper in the coming days. Jeremy Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, and Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, are being criticized for this whole mess up. What Yellen and Powell are doing is totally against the economy and they are not helping in any ways. The debt to GDP ratio is going higher and higher, which is not good. This shows that the debt is high and the income is low. It indicates that the government is pumping money into unnecessary sectors which are not being converted to GDP. For GDP to increase, the economy has to move. People should be spending. The pandemic has reduced the spending opportunities for all classes of people. While the rich class is doing good without spending much, the poor and middle class people are struggling. This is essentially because the government is infusing money into the investor class. Huge amounts of money are going into the stock market and the real estate. The Fed is not investing in the working class. There is no investment in building plants and creating jobs. The advancement of technology itself has wiped out spending opportunities and jobs. To compensate these depletion of jobs, the government has to invest money in the right places and create an economic balance. If the common man can't get money, how can he spend? If the working class is not spending, then how is the economy going to roll? The debt to GDP ratio is actually the volume of money, M2 to the velocity of money. In a healthy economy, as money volume increases, the velocity or the spending should also increase. High velocity shows a pulsing economy. The government is investing in the right places. The velocity of money should be higher in an expanding economy. Robert blames Yellen and Powell for expanding M2 or money supply into dead areas, which is not helping the spending area and keeps the money stagnant in those markets. That money has not reached the economy. Everything that the Fed prints stays within the asset class and not the business class. This is why there is massive unemployment and underemployment in our country today. Meanwhile, the working class money is going to savings. Also, the prices are increasing, which is mistook as an indication of inflation. However, this is just a transitory inflation. The prices may shoot up and come back, or they shoot up for a bit and stay there, or they might rise slowly. Any of these scenarios is better than having prices going high in a rally with no coming back. The unaccounted money pumping, or say printing fake money, keeps the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. To take a further step in this analysis, increasing the debt ceiling will only be a temporary solution to a giant problem behind the scenes. Now Robert says that never been in history this much money or debt has gotten into economy without spending. So this will cause a crash in not only the stock markets but also gold, silver, bitcoins and in real estate too. So what can you do as an investor in these risky times? Robert is very optimistic about the crash and he encourages us all to do the same. He said that crashes are good as you can get good fundamentally strong shares at very low prices. So looking at this in a different way, crash is a good time to get really very wealthy. He is very sure that there is going to be a good rally and appreciation in the near future after the crash is over. He also urged everyone to stay updated about the market conditions. As he always says, gold is for saving, silver is for spending, and bullet bonds are for protecting. Especially this is a good time to buy silver. In general, the crash has to be considered as a good investment time, and you should buy metals and bitcoins, and the last option can be real estate. It is advised to stay away from the financial system of savings accounts as much as possible. It is high time that we choose systems outside the government to hold and preserve our wealth, advises Robert. Everyone is curious and sweaty to see how the government is going to tackle the crisis in hand. There is a wide speculation that the Fed might use the last option of $1 trillion platinum coin for helping the debt situation. As bizarre it may sound, the Treasury Secretary of US has the power to mint platinum coins of any denomination for any reason. This came as a byproduct of a 1997 law intended to have the mint make money off of coin collectors. While there is a lot of discussion happening on this coin, Janet Yellen has clearly announced that the government does not intend to mint $1 trillion platinum coin to pay the expenses. Robert Kiyosaki reacted to the idea of this coin as desperate people doing desperate things. On a related topic, there is a possibility of the Fed coming up with Fed coins. Fedcoin is a digital currency, which is something like digital yuan of China. Now this can be the biggest mishap for the citizen of US. Digital currency means there will be a total control of government over every single currency unit that you deal with. By enacting a system like that, the central government can monitor everything that you and I do, just by simply monitoring the money. It's a question of freedom, as Robert says. One won't be able to keep gold, silver or bitcoins in their investment in a centralized control like this. Bitcoins might even become illegal, like it happened in China recently. The Fed is planning to eradicate privacy and make everything trackable. This leads us to think about how the government is working against the capitalist ideas of USA. In this talk, Robert Kiyosaki was very much straightforward in mentioning the pitfalls of Fed. The US withdrawal from Afghanistan has surely corroded the faith in the government. This has its own impact on the value of dollar. Yellen and Powell were termed as Marxist, whose ideologies might not be in the best interest for a capital country like America. The government is forcing people to do things in the name of the pandemic. Even Fedcoin is a forced control on the citizens. In fact, Fedcoins would be a step towards fascism. Socialist and Marxist ideas cannot teach a person how to make money. Today's leaders like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has socialist ideologies as per Robert. Fed and the Treasury are destroying our country with their non-pragmatic socio-economic policies. Robert also trashed the academic system for teaching things to kids which they never use in their lives. Instead, they should be taught about money. Kids should be taught from a very young age how to make money and how to invest money. As for now, we as investors need not worry. The October crash seems very much a reality and we better be prepared to go through it. However, there is surely a comeback and that's when it would all make sense. Now please tell me your views about the October's crash predictions by Robert Kiyosaki in the comment section below this video. Also, please suggest me on which topic should I make my next video. Bye bye and have fun.